EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting set to go at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the great state of Florida. Really good opening hole here at the Wetlands. It's a par 5 and it is all you want at 660 yards. That's a bit offline in the rough. Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short, is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
This one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
So just a formality here. +1 in the early going. On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the two bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway. Back in play. Solid play, heart of the green. Slipping just a bit, another bogey, and now 2 over par. The third hole here at the Wetlands is a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, it appears to be a pretty straightforward tee shot.
It is, and actually, Rich, when I was watching the web.com event here, this is where I saw those young, talented players really take advantage of a hole like this. Just ramrod straight. They teed it up and just ripped it down there, and these are the sort of holes they can often make 3 on. Bunkers sort of short, left and right. Plenty of green to work with. Nice high-flying second shot will be well rewarded here.
And setting up here in the rough. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now He's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. Well, Rich, it's been a disaster until this point, but there's an escape clause. If he can make bogey from here, that'll be some doing, something to be proud of.
Would feel actually pretty good. Sometimes you see players walk off the hole with a little bounce in their step, even after a bogey, because they've had to work hard for it.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Hit it. Just a couple of feet.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Needs to regroup, now 5 over early on. Wow, check this out, Frank. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. This is a really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. And, of course, it is protected by that bunker that just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth on that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, and it's a good one. 635 yards. Now to the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
And it is not looking like a good lie. This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. And he's set up for his 5th shot here, looking to get on the green with this one. He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away. Getting set now over the putt. Don't leave it short. Wow. Nudge this one home, finish it up. 6 over for the day. On to the par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
This is the second shot at the par 4. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, safe to say he is not having his best day out here today. What kind of advice do you give a player who's struggling?
Well, you just almost got to forget what's happened. I know that's easier said than done. Just start a clean slate. Just hit a good shot. Just find a fairway. Don't try and get too specific. There's enough out there. The greens are big enough. Just find a piece of green. Find a piece of fairway. Maybe knock a couple of putts in. And then let it add up in your direction. Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 5th hole seems to have knocked him off course just a bit. Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brittle out there. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, he needs to right the ship in a hurry. That's a bogey right there.
Well, he's got to sort of wipe the memory banks, too. He's still dwelling, I think, on that double bogey he made back there earlier in the round. And that's carried over into this, and it's affecting the way in which he's playing.
This is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Try to scramble here. He's given himself a chance for par. Oh my gosh, that hurts. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course. Just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example. Good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Frank it rolled out of the short grass and into the white sand, so this is third shot.
Yeah, a lot of the professionals would rather be in the sand than the thick rough. You can control the spin much better out of fairway bunker than you can the rough. Well, when you can't reach the green out of a fairway bunker, do the next best thing. That's put the ball in play. That's exactly what we just saw.
Smart shot. So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Been a rocky round. He struggled on the front, but a chance to regroup here on the inward half, Frank.
Well, if you look at a round of golf and you made a couple of double bogeys on the first or you made a couple of double bogeys on the end, it would still add up. Now, let's hope that the back 9 is all gravy.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Second shot. Good look at the green. And he's made the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. No, that's not the way you want to start the back 9. Missed putt, bogey, and a drop shot. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. So that's a drop shot. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there.
Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
In the fairway, down there about 290.
Second from an excellent lie. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short. So you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
That ball is lost in the water. Not what you wanted to hear, but this is the 5th shot after the ball went into the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on.
Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands, this is a 590-yard par 5.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Oh, it's fine.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good.
Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I've got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. On the green, Frank, but might need a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
You're a long way from the band. You can barely hear the music from that far away.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Hit it. Trying to put this hole behind him quickly. Double bogey putt. Then a rocky round. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
that had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Just a couple of feet.
Hard to be perfect in this game. It's a bogey.
Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Well, he's overshot the green here.
Fire the caddy, Rich. Seriously. Any other club other than that one.
And he's made the green.
It's at sneaky distance.
So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. And he's putting for bogey now. Well, you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. So, Frank, as we put a wrap on the day, it wasn't his best performance, but there's always tomorrow in golf.
Yeah, you still got to keep your head high. Golf's a game that's going to be it's going to bring everybody to their knees now and again. But dream for a better day, and it could be just around the corner.
And there'll be a next time for us as well, partner. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo.